I saw testimony recently from a woman named Abigail Martinez. She went in front of the California State Senate to talk about gender ideology, gender affirmation, and how it killed her daughter. Her daughter committed suicide, but I believe she was actually executed by the state of California. When you hear her heart-wrenching testimony, I hope that there are uninformed Democrats out there that says, wait a second, what path is our party going down when we push this transgender mania? This is Abigail Martinez talking about what the state did to her daughter.
My daughter was murdered by a gender ideology. CPS took my daughter when she was 16 years old. It was held by her public school counselor and LGBTQ group rights and another trans-identified girl. My daughter was taken from her loving home because the state of California claimed I was abusive for not affirming her trans identity.
You know what other evidence they used that mom was allegedly abusive to her daughter? She took away her daughter's phone. Her daughter, in the middle of the night, was online talking to these so-called nonprofits that push gender transformation on our youth. She was so upset about that, she took her daughter's phone away. Well, the school counselor, the LGBTQ group, and then, of course, CPS stepped in and, according to Abigail Martinez, snatched her daughter away. She continues her story here.
Against my consent, my daughter was given testosterone instead of therapy. The LGBTQ group used her to raise money for them. Look at the poor reject trans boy, they said. Why are there so many transgender in foster care? Because this state take them from their families, tell them to run, then steal them.
How dare the state of California? You hear what I just said? The state. S-T-A-T-E. The state thinks it knows better on how to raise your children than you do. So it snatches up a 16-year-old girl from her mother who's doing everything she can to stop her daughter from mutilating her body. The girl is 16. It is not the state's role to decide what is best for that child. It's the mother's role, and I believe that child would be here today if she was allowed to stay with mom. Would she have been angry at mom? Maybe. How many 16-year-olds are angry with their parents? A lot. It means the parents are probably doing a pretty good job of raising them in many cases. The story gets even more horrific. It's hard to listen to think this is happening in America and Democrats are pushing this on all of us.
The damage was done. By then, my daughter was in a horrible mental and physical pain. My daughter knelt down in front of a train. She was murdered by gender ideology. I beg you, stop pushing gender ideology. I don't want any parent to feel what I feel every day. Affirmation is not good for the health, safety, and welfare of any child.
Folks, I'll tell you what, I play a tough guy on this TV show. I play a tough guy on my radio show. I'll take the fight to the left any day of the week. That makes me want to cry for that mom. I'm a dad. Anybody from the state comes in and wants to take my child from me, push them onto a gender transformation surgery, mutilate their bodies, ultimately leading down the road to suicide, which is state-sponsored execution. It's state-sponsored kidnapping.